Welcome back for another book review. Today we're talking about this one. This is the Marie Laveau Voodoo Grimoire. Nope, not spells. I wanted it to be spells and recipes and rituals because that's like what we always, it's in the different order that I was anticipating. Anyways, rituals, recipes, and spells. See, it was gonna be there, just in the wrong order. For healing, protection, beauty, love, and more. This is by Denise Alvarado. She has like all of the books on Voodoo, and specifically Marie Laveau. I swear, like all of the ones that I have found from the library, I think like all but like maybe one or two are from her. So as the title would suggest, this is really a kind of collection of spells and just the cultural context and things to know about specifically Marie Laveau Voodoo, or just Laveau Voodoo, from what I can gather. Again, I am an outsider looking in. I am from Utah. It is not popular here. Like, we got our own things. Freemasonry, I should probably be learning about because that could be here. We have a lot of them. But this is, it seems to be very niche for New Orleans. Like, it's very dense in that region. I suppose it could venture further, but it tends to just be like whenever they talk about it, all of the things, it always just kind of comes back to there. So I don't know if like, again, I'm not a voodoo practitioner. I don't know if other people are like, oh yeah, I do Marie Laveau's version of voodoo, but I do it in New York or like Washington or wherever, even other countries, you know, like I don't know because I'm not a part of it. But it seems to always kind of come back there, and you always draw back to that history, and again, her specifically. It does modernize some of the things, because again, Marie Laveau lived in the 1800s. We're in the 21st century. Things have changed. So some of the spells and things have been modernized, but for the most part, it does, I don't know, it seems to be pretty, like, simplistic, in the sense that, like, a lot of the people who were initially voodoo practitioners typically did not have a lot of status, they didn't have a lot of money, and so the ingredients were not always like the most difficult things to find. And it still kind of holds true, like you don't need a whole lot of ingredients for these, which is nice. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 star. Am I ever going to do voodoo? No, not my thing at all. But again, I always think it's important to learn about other things, other practices, just so that as a magical practitioner, you have a vague idea of what other people are doing. And this is another great one to get an idea of some of the actual rituals and spells, concepts, things, a little bit of the culture for, again, specifically Laveau version of voodoo. That is such a tongue twister. I think this book really makes it pretty accessible to anyone who's wanting to get involved in this. Again, I don't know if it like is necessarily specific to like you have to be in New Orleans or you have to be from there, but it does have a very heavy like connection to there specifically, because it is a relatively like kind of newer religion of sorts. It's based on old things, but like it kind of was a conglomeration of just the times, you know, combining these like African roots that obviously changed once you came over here, and then mingling with like the local tribes and stuff, and then of course also Catholicism just mixed into there. It's a really niche little thing going on there, and so it's really fascinating to see. I don't know, other people might, maybe they do it everywhere else and it just started there. I don't know, but like all the history and things always kind of draw back to that area. So, and I'm assuming a lot of the plants and stuff are from that general region and stuff, but it's got a lot of really good information. You learn a lot, again, about Marie, because obviously it's what she was doing. And then also just kind of, again, the cultural context of things, and then the spells. Now, again, context, I don't have my moral compass completely aligned with voodoo, but for the most part, it wasn't too crazy, which I appreciated. Because again, some of these are some wackadoo books we read. So this one, like, she talks about how there's like sometimes some like really weird ingredients or some really outdated stuff that she's like, we're just gonna not talk about that. We're just gonna just zoom right on past. You don't need to try and do this at home. Unlike the girl who tells you to put a date up inside your body for a week and then feed it unknowingly to a lover. Because like, that's not horrific at all. She doesn't do that. I much appreciate that. And also, the only note that I have that was just like so specific to my heart that I was like, oh my god, I love you. You speak my language. So on page 39, she has a warning. And is it like a warning most people should know? Yes. Do most people know that? I hope so. She warns you about mixing ammonia and bleach. If you don't know about that, don't do that. Don't do that. It's gonna kill you. Like, I think, isn't it the gas that it creates is like mustard gas? But like, it will kill you. Like, it's really, really toxic. Don't do that. And I'm so glad she mentions that. Because again, it's just such a really random little thing, but it's like, girl, thank you. Because again, I read so many of these books that it's like, why are we not talking about that at all ever? And then she mentions a random like that, and it's like, thank you for the science to be included in the conversation. Because again, it's just the little things that I love to see in these books. So I would recommend this if you are interested in Marie Laveau at all. This is another great book. You get to learn a lot about her, again, the context and some of the rituals and things that she would have done. It's all in here. It's fantastic. Also, I think if you're a beginner into voodoo, I think it would be a good place to learn a bit more as well. It might not be the exact variation of voodoo that you want to do, but I think it's a pretty good place to like learn some stuff. Again, Denise does a really good job of the research side. I think she's a practitioner. She's done it for a long time. She's lived there. And then also, she does like some really intense levels of research as well. And so I think she's a really good place to start. And so, yeah, those are who I would recommend it to. Is this something I'm gonna do? No. Am I surprised that a Utah library has this? Yeah, a little bit. But I'm glad that they did. I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. A huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, I usually try and post about 4 or 5 times a week over there. I got all kinds of different stuff, so go ahead and check it out over there. If you want to buy my books, they are always linked down below. And until next time, thank you so much for coming along and for watching to the very end of this video. Please leave a candle emoji in the comments below so that I know that you made it to the very, very end. Until next time, thank you so much for coming along, and blessed be.